This bill stems from the continued delivery of e-services. There are many pieces in the jigsaw, and this is just one more. It enables government departments to interact with each other as we process data. As you will know, the Data Protection Act and GDPR, the previous European Union directive, very much control the processes and how data is processed from people. And when you are trying to deliver services where the whole point of it is to have communal information on individuals, we've got to ensure that we have the right systems in place to manage, one, that we manage that data properly, which this legislation will require us to do, and two, that we process it in a way that is compliant with other pieces of legislation, including data protection and GDPR. But it is no longer a roadblock to the sharing of data amongst government departments.
So in simple terms, if I need to provide my passport details, let's say to get an ID card, I then don't have to provide it again if I want to get a driver's license?
90% of the information that we require of you in every department you go to is normally your name, your address, possibly your passport number. The benefit of e-services is that you log on like you do to a bank account and it knows everything about you, so you don't need to do that. So you literally will be clicking on the service that you require. So it could be to make an appointment for a MOT test or a driving license, or even replace an expired ID card. All of these things will be done the same. How many departments do you go to in Gibraltar today and have to provide a copy of your lease if you're applying for a GHA ID card or an ID card? We're asking for the same information in many different departments. Hopefully, as we roll out e-services, that will be a thing of the past.
So just to drill down on that and to be absolutely clear, my private medical information, say, isn't going to be made available to anyone in public services who has authorised access and might decide to try and access my personal file?
No, absolutely not. One of the key things of this is whenever you're dealing with data, there are different types of data which have different levels of security. Health records would obviously be at the highest level of your personal data, which wouldn't be able to be shared at all. So no. The process we have today is going to be enhanced. And so if you imagine with a paper file, who knows who's looked at it? In the new systems in the digital age, we will know exactly who's looked at anything at any given time, and there'll be an audit of that. So our ability to track what information is used by who, when, how and why is much better and enhanced than it has been previously. So for me, this is far safer than the paper files that we currently have in our government departments.
So with this data sharing bill, would you say it'll be easier for the government to recover debt?
Well, if you look at the schedules, which have the two primary objectives of this legislation, you'll see that one of them is in relation to government's ability to function. That includes being more efficient in its debt collection. And the second one relates to social, mental welfare, in making us, enabling us to work more efficiently and being more aware, more alert as to how we can provide the public with a better service. So I think this will enable both of those objectives to be met.